Welcome to Hello PEI. Today we're going to take a deep dive into the Prince Edward Island real estate market. Yeah, we've got some really interesting data from the Canadian Real Estate Association, that's CREA for those in the know, and a report specifically on PEI. Some of these numbers I think you'll find are pretty intriguing. For instance, did you know that home sales on the island were up almost 9% in 2024?
Wow.
And get this, active listings in December were the highest they've been in 5 years. To help us kind of unpack what all this means, we have our real estate expert. Welcome.
Hello. I'm excited to dig into this, especially for a market like PEI.
Yeah, PEI is really unique. So let's start with that national forecast. From CREA, they're predicting a rebound in home sales across Canada in 2025 with an 8.6% increase. And average national home prices also projected to go up. A predicted increase of 4.7%, bringing the average to about $722,221. It's a pretty big jump. What's your take on these national trends?
Yeah, it's definitely a sign that the Canadian housing market is regaining some momentum. CREA suggests that pent-up demand and lower interest rates are driving this rebound. So we're basically seeing buyers who were kind of sidelined by higher borrowing costs. They're jumping back into the market. And with limited inventory in many areas, that demand is putting upward pressure on prices.
Interesting. So how does PEI fit into this national picture?
Well, according to the PEI Real Estate Association, the island had a really strong year in 2024 with an 8.7% increase in home sales. So that's a bit above the projected national average, which suggests that PEI is not only keeping pace but exceeding expectations.
Interesting.
Even more notable, December 2024 saw a 12.3% jump in sales compared to December 2023. This tells us that the market is heading into the new year with a lot of positive energy.
Wow, December really saw a surge in sales. Okay, let's talk about what this means for prices on the island. The PEI Real Estate Association report mentions an average home price of $389,428 in 2024. That's a 2% increase from the previous year. We also have data from the MLS Home Price Index, which shows a benchmark price of $370,300 in December 2024. That's a 4.7% jump from the previous year. So two slightly different numbers there. Can you explain the difference between these price metrics and what they tell us about the PEI market?
Sure. The average home price can fluctuate depending on the types of properties that are sold each month. So, for example, if there were a lot of high-end sales in a particular month, that would push the average price up. The MLS Home Price Index, on the other hand, provides a more stable and nuanced view by tracking price changes for a specific set of benchmark homes. This helps to smooth out those month-to-month fluctuations and give us a clearer picture of the overall price trend.
So both metrics are important, but the home price index might be a more reliable indicator of long-term price trends.
Exactly. And in this case, both the average price and the benchmark price are showing increases, which suggests that property values in PEI are steadily rising.
Good news for sellers. Now let's look at the inventory situation. The report mentions that active listings in December 2024 were the highest they've been in 5 years. More choices for buyers, it seems. But then there's this term, months of inventory, which I have to admit I'm not totally clear on. Can you explain what that means and why it matters?
Of course. Months of inventory tells us how long it would take to sell all the current listings at the current pace of sales. So if you have a high number of months of inventory, it generally indicates a buyer's market, where buyers have more negotiating power. On the other hand, a low number of months of inventory suggests a seller's market, where sellers have the upper hand.
So what does the months of inventory data tell us about PEI right now? Is it buyer's market or a seller's market?
Well, even though active listings are up, indicating a good selection for buyers, the months of inventory figure has actually gone down in PEI. This suggests that properties are selling at a faster pace. It's not a dramatic shift, but it could signal that the market is becoming more balanced, maybe even tipping slightly in favor of sellers in certain areas.
Fascinating. So we have this interplay of factors, increased sales, rising prices, and a decent amount of inventory, but with homes selling faster. What does this all mean for someone considering buying or selling in PEI right now?
It means it's a dynamic market that requires careful consideration and strategic decision-making. Buyers need to be prepared to act quickly and potentially compete for desirable properties, while sellers need to price their homes strategically to attract buyers in a competitive environment.
Okay, so it sounds like a pretty exciting time to be in the PEI real estate market. But before we move on, I want to circle back to those national trends and potential risks that CREA mentioned. Lower interest rates and pent-up demand seem to be playing out in PEI. But what about those potential downsides? Things like a possible trade war, for example. How might that impact the PEI market?
A trade war could have a ripple effect across the Canadian economy, potentially leading to slower growth job losses and decreased consumer confidence. This could, in turn, put a damper on housing demand, even in a relatively strong market like PEI. It's something to keep an eye on for sure.
So while PEI seems to be weathering the storm for now, we should be mindful of those broader economic forces at play.
Absolutely. But let's not forget the unique characteristics of the PEI market that make it so appealing.
You're right. PEI's natural beauty, peaceful lifestyle, and growing economy are big draws for both residents and investors. It's a special place with a lot to offer. So with all this in mind, what are your thoughts on PEI's real estate outlook for the coming year?
I think PEI is well positioned for continued growth. There's a lot of positive momentum in the market right now, and I believe the island's unique appeal will continue to attract buyers.
That's encouraging to hear.
Huh?
But I imagine navigating this dynamic market can be tricky. It sounds like having a local expert on your side would be invaluable.
Absolutely. Having someone who understands the nuances of the local market, who can interpret the data, and who can guide you through the process is essential.
Speaking of local experts, I think we both have someone in mind who fits that description perfectly.
I think we do. If someone is looking to buy or sell real estate on Prince Edward Island, they need to talk to Mike Montague at RE/MAX Charlottetown. He is incredibly knowledgeable. He's got his finger on the pulse of the market and will work tirelessly for his clients.
Yeah, he's the ultimate PEI real estate guru.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up, let's talk a bit more about the different regions within PEI. After all, a waterfront cottage in Cavendish, tells a different story than a historic home in downtown Charlottetown, right?
You're absolutely right. PEI's diverse landscapes and lifestyles create these unique real estate submarkets. We have Charlottetown, the bustling capital with its blend of historic charm and modern amenities. Then there are those picturesque coastal communities like Cavendish and Summerside, known for their vacation homes and stunning scenery. And let's not forget the tranquil beauty of Kings County. With its rolling farmlands and peaceful villages, each region has its own distinct appeal and market dynamics.
It's like choosing your own adventure PEI edition. So what are some key considerations for someone exploring these different regions?
Well, let's start with Charlottetown. As the economic and cultural hub of the province, it's attracting a diverse mix of buyers, including young professionals, families, and retirees. This demand is driving steady price appreciation and creating a competitive market, especially for those sought-after properties in the downtown core.
Makes sense. Charlottetown is the heart of the island.
Exactly. Now, if we shift our focus to the coastal communities, we see a different dynamic. The allure of oceanfront living and vacation rentals is a major draw for buyers, both from within PEI and from other provinces. These areas offer a unique lifestyle, but it's important to understand the seasonality factor and how it can influence rental income and occupancy rates if you're considering an investment property.
So it's not just about the view. It's also about the financial realities of a vacation rental market. What about Kings County? What are some of the key considerations there?
Kings County offers a more rural lifestyle, with larger lot sizes and more affordable properties. It's a great option for those seeking tranquility and a connection to nature. However, buyers should consider factors like proximity to amenities, commute times, and the availability of high-speed internet, especially if they plan to work remotely.
Those are all important points. So we have this fascinating tapestry of submarkets within PEI, each with its own distinct personality and set of considerations. Now let's zoom out a bit and consider the long-term trends shaping the PEI real estate landscape. What are some of the key forces at play?
Well, one of the most significant trends is the growing appeal of PEI as a destination for both residents and investors. The island's natural beauty, safe environment, and welcoming community are attracting people from all walks of life.
It's like PEI's secret is finally out.
Exactly. This influx of new residents is fueling demand for housing, which in turn is driving up property values. We're also seeing a trend towards sustainable living and eco-friendly homes, which aligns perfectly with PEI's commitment to renewable energy and its pristine environment.
Yeah, it's a perfect match. A beautiful island embracing sustainable practices. What's not to love?
Indeed. And of course, we can't ignore those national economic factors we talked about earlier.
Right. That potential trade war is still looming. How might that impact things here on PEI?
Well, a trade war could affect various sectors of the Canadian economy, including tourism, agriculture, and manufacturing, all of which are important to PEI. For example, a decline in tourism could impact the vacation rental market, particularly in those coastal communities we discussed.
Yeah, it's a reminder that even in a place as idyllic as PEI, we're still connected to those broader economic forces.
True. However, PEI has a history of resilience. And I'm confident that its strong community entrepreneurial spirit and diversified economy will help it navigate any challenges that may arise.
It's like a sturdy ship that's weathered many storms.
Mhm.
But even the sturdiest ship needs a skilled captain, right?
That's a great analogy. And when it comes to navigating the PEI real estate market, there's one captain who stands out, Mike Montague from Remax Charlottetown.
Mike's back, our recurring hero.
He is, and for good reason. His deep understanding of the local market, his dedication to his clients, and his ability to anticipate trends make him an invaluable asset. For anyone considering buying or selling in PEI,
Couldn't agree more. He's the real deal. So if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this information, trends, and potential risks, don't worry. Mike Montague is here to help. He'll guide you through the process, answer your questions, and ensure you're making informed decisions.
he'll be your trusted compass pointing you in the right direction.
Absolutely. So what are you waiting for? Pick up the phone or send Mike a message and let him know that Hello PEI sent you. He'll be happy to chat.
Who knows, maybe your PEI real estate journey will inspire our next deep dive.
That's right. We love hearing from our listeners and sharing their stories. But before we say goodbye, let's leave you with this thought. Real estate is more than just numbers. It's about finding a place to call home, a place to create memories, and a place to be part of a community.
Beautifully said. It's about finding that special place where you can truly say, hello, PEI, I'm home.
And we're here to help you find it. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the heart of PEI real estate.
We'll see you next time on Hello, PEI.